Are you considering the retreat on your next celebrity cruise? Well, if you are, then you're in the right place. Today, I'll give you my honest take on whether the retreat is worth the money, and later in this video, I'll reveal exactly what I paid and if I thought it was worth the price tag. So come along as we discuss the retreat class on celebrity cruises. I've just disembarked from a 12-night cruise to Norway on the Celebrity Apex, where we stayed in cabin 11207. This is a retreat sky suite, part of the retreat class of celebrity cruises. Retreat class is marketed as the ultimate luxury experience at sea, but is it really worth it? In this video, I'm going to share what the retreat includes, which perks we actually used, which ones we didn't, and how it compares to the standard stateroom. Let's kick it off by talking about what exactly is included. The retreat class gets you a larger than average suite, which on the Apex is also the only way to have a true balcony instead of the ship's infinite verandas. If that matters to you, consider that in your booking. People have really strong opinions about these infinite verandas on Edge class ships. They are different for sure, but I think more and more people are starting to see their appeal. Along with that, you do get access to Lumini. This is the exclusive suites-only restaurant. Food and service here is top-notch. I had some of the best dishes I've ever had at sea, including a dessert that tasted really good, but I'm really not sure what it was. I mean, take a look at this. What do you think it is? I'm still not sure what it was, but it was very, very good. You'll have access to the private retreat lounge, which has a full bar, some food, comfortable seating areas, and a dedicated concierge that could help with dinner reservations and general questions. You'll also have access to a private butler that you can contact via WhatsApp to request room service or help with dining reservations. There was the private retreat sundeck, priority check-in and embarkation, priority tendering where applicable, reserved theater seating if we arrived early, plus your drinks package and Wi-Fi are included. Plus, if we were going on an excursion, there was also a special area we could lounge and wait. On top of that, there are some really nice extras in the suite itself, like a bottle of sparkling wine that we enjoyed during our sail away celebration out of Southampton. There was a stocked minibar that was kept restocked every day with things like soda, water, and beer. We had daily canapes and snacks, which for us usually consisted of hummus and some breadsticks, cookies, sliced meats. I think there were cheeses one day. Also included were some upgraded bath amenities like higher-end shampoo and some body wash. The even higher level suites like the Royal Suites and above come with more extras like complimentary laundry service, exclusive sleepwear, and the ability to even customize what's in your minibar. Also included in these Royal Suites was the specialty dining plan, which allows you to go to these specialty dining restaurants without the extra cost. And as an added bonus, you do earn more club points per night in a retreat room if cruise loyalty programs are important to you. Let's talk about what we loved and got the most benefit from. For us, the biggest wins were pretty clear. The larger suite and the bathroom made a huge difference in our comfort. The bed was more comfortable than ours even at home, and being in the cabin for 12 days, the extra space made it feel much more comfortable. Having a real balcony was invaluable in Norway. We could step outside, get the fresh air, see the incredible views of the water and the mountains. We had our cabin steward bring us coffee. We read outside multiple times. Lumini was fantastic. Better food, quieter atmosphere, dedicated servers and wine stewards. They got to know what we liked. Lumini is open for breakfast and dinner, and in some days it was also open for lunch, but we were usually on land and we missed out. We did make use of priority check-in and the special excursion meeting areas. Felt like it took away some of the stress and lines and logistics, just made it a smoother process getting off the boat. And finally, having drinks and Wi-Fi included meant we weren't thinking about packages or extra charges the whole trip. Some of the perks just didn't matter for us. We hardly used the butler service. I think we texted him maybe 3 times, twice to have him bring coffee to our room, and once to ask for a hairdryer to dry out some boots that got wet and muddy on a hike. There were no tender ports on this itinerary, so priority tendering really wasn't relevant to us. We didn't spend much time in the retreat lounge. Honestly, it felt a little quiet, and the food options were sporadic. We'd be craving a snack and walk to the lounge to find that the food was completely empty. Other times we'd show up and it was full of sandwiches and finger foods. The timing just didn't seem very consistent. And while the retreat sun deck looked beautiful, the cooler weather in Norway wasn't really deck lounging weather. Even things like the daily canapes, we often skipped them. I mean, let's be real. There's already food everywhere on a cruise ship. We didn't need the extra snacks. All right, let's talk about value, because this is where the decision really comes in. Yes, Wi-Fi and drinks are included, but honestly, most people would probably be buying those anyway. The dedicated retreat boarding area before the cruise, it was a nice perk, and it was great after a long day of traveling, but embarkation these days is so smooth with electronic check-in, you're rarely waiting, 20-30 minutes to board, so it's probably less of a game changer now than it used to be. Lumini, though, is truly a standout. For a lot of people, it basically replaces the need to book specialty dining restaurants every night. Those specialty restaurants on board can run $20, $60, even more per meal, so having Lumini included, with food that I'd say was on par with or even better than some of the specialty dining restaurants we tried, really adds to the value. But the parts that are harder to put a price tag on are the room itself and the bathroom. Our Sky Suite gave us about 320 square feet inside, plus about 80 square feet of a balcony, roughly 400 total square feet. Compare that to a standard Infinite Veranda stateroom, that's about 243 square feet, plus 42 square foot veranda, around 285 feet total. That's over 115 extra square feet of living space, plus a real balcony instead of the Infinite Veranda. The bathroom was another huge difference. We had dual sinks, a rain shower, a soaker tub, and tons of storage. In that standard cabin, you're going to get a nice bathroom, but it will definitely be smaller. For us, especially on a 12-night sailing, that extra comfort was a big part of why the retreat felt worth it. All right, let's talk real numbers. For our 12-night Norway, Fjords, and Arctic Circle sailing, we paid just under $7,500 per person for our retreat class Sky Suite. That's before airfare and excursions, which in Norway adds up really fast. Now, I know, that's a big splurge, no doubt about it, but this was a special occasion for us. It was a true bucket list trip, and we wanted it to feel special from start to finish. So, what was the verdict? Well, for us on a scenic cruise, like the one we took through Norway, the retreat was absolutely worth it. Mainly for the balcony, Lumini, the bigger, more comfortable suite. Keep in mind, if you're sailing somewhere where the balcony isn't as important, or if you don't spend much time in your cabin, you might be better off saving the money and booking a standard stateroom, adding on those extras like the drink package, Wi-Fi, and specialty dining on your own. Some last bit of advice here. The retreat isn't the same on all of Celebrity's ships, and on some of the older ones, they may offer some different levels of service or amenities, so be sure to check what the retreat is like as you compare your options. So what do you think? Is the retreat worth the splurge? Have you tried it, or are you considering it? If you've tried it, and there was something there or a perk that you really liked that I didn't mention or didn't list, let me know. Drop a thought in the comments below. I've got a lot of topics to cover, including several upcoming cruises that I'm going to be taking in the next couple of months that I will share with you. So like and subscribe, and let's take this journey together.